Welcome back to the channel. I'm Rochelle. This is Brampton Gardener, and today, unfortunately, is a day where we're going to have to start thinking about wrapping things up for winter. I have a few plants that I want to try and overwinter this year, so we're going to go check it out, and they're probably going to get pulled in this weekend because we have had an amazing fall so far. October has been the warmest on record. It's been warmer than August was, which is crazy. It was like 87 degrees the other day, and we're dropping tomorrow. So by next week, we're going to be in the 50s during the day, and we're going to be in the low 40s at night. And so some of these tropical plants can't take that. So let's go see what I have and try to figure out what to do with them. Is a ginormous coleus. I'm not going to try and overwinter this because I don't have room in my house. I'm in a townhouse, and I don't have a lot of room, especially anywhere near a window where this is going to need a bit of light. And Christmas is coming, where I do over decorate for Christmas and take up like every usable surface. So I have to pare down what I'm going to be able to bring in because I'm just not going to have a lot of room for it. So this first up is going to be this container. I'm going to be pulling out, I know it's hard because this thing is just beautiful. Look at this coleus, it's super happy. But I'm going to be pulling it out of here. I'm going to just, there we go. No hesitation, no more. I'm sorry. Beautiful, beautiful coleus. I'm sorry. But what I want to, so I'm going to snap this one out too. I'm going to pull the roots out of these two just because I need more space in the container. I will leave these two, there's a tiny coleus here. We'll leave that, see what it does for the season. But what I want to do is I want to try and see if I can't keep my beautiful, beautiful elephant ears in the house over the winter. And see, I've just had a new one right here. This is a baby one that just sprouted as well. So that's really exciting. I'm going to be digging up the ones that I have in containers all around. So I ended up with about 8 of them that I planted out into the garden and into the other containers. And then I have these ones. So I'm going to just take these and stick them in that pot there and bring that in the house. What else are we going to bring? Let's get started and do this, and then we'll talk about the ones I'm propagating. All right. Gloves. Because my hands this time of year, oh, they're awful. They're bad at work. I work doing drywall with my husband, so my hands are always in mud, and then gardening doesn't help. So I am going to take the roots out just because I want to have more space for my roots, because these create a bulb, right? The elephant ears create a bulb. So this is not disturbed. We'll leave that little coleus in there, and then we're going to pull out all 3 of these. It's already starting to get a little tiny bulb on the side there. That's so cool. So, are you okay? Actually, I'm going to move this one over here. Put this one in this corner. This is actually the biggest one we have now. The goal for now is to just kind of maybe starting this weekend, once we get down to like those, we have a few nights that are 46, but once it gets like 41, and just bring them in at night and bring them back out during the day. I don't know honestly how many days I'll be willing to do that. I hate doing it in spring to harden things off, and I can't see really wanting to do it in winter. It's probably going to be 1 or 2 nights, maybe with the peppers because they're big and I can't really put them in the living room, but I might tell myself I'm going to do that now, but it's not going to happen. So what will happen is I will bring it in, I will put it in the laundry sink, wash up the pot really good, put a little bit of the soapy water in there, and then they'll be ready to go inside. One of the plants that I want to work on is this beautiful pink polka dot plant. This one here, and they are blooming. So I'm going to have to check and see if they're going to produce any seeds or not. But they have these cute little pink purple blooms. The pot, however, has a ton of these Sugar Rush. And it's not peach. My friend that gave me the seeds said they're actually Sugar Rush red. So I've been picking them too soon. So I have one in this plant, one in this pot, and then one in this pot. And I don't know how they're gonna do on those cool nights. This year have a long ways to go to ripen as well. So this is my lemon drop, and we're just starting to see color on a few of these, but there's a ton of them here that are nowhere near being ripe. That one is. This plant here, I think it's a red, I don't know. It looks like a habanero to me, but my tag said I think red scorpion, but I don't think that's a red scorpion. I don't know. This, however, is a chocolate Trinidadian scorpion, and these are really starting to ripen up fast in the heat this week. So I have three that are pretty much ripe, and then 2 more that are coming soon. But the lemon ones really need a bit more time to ripen. So I might just be pulling these 3 plants in at night. Over here in my tea making section, I'm going to be harvesting up a bunch of basil as well. And we'll probably just be putting that with some olive oil and freezing it. That's my favorite way to preserve it. But this is my stevia. I have propagated stevia very easily before by just sticking it in soil. So I think I'm going to be taking one of these off of here and stick it in some soil and let it root up. This is lemon verbena. And if you've ever smelled lemon verbena, it is absolutely magical. Like, oh my God, it is just beautiful. It's kind of falling over. So this one as well, we're going to harvest, and I love making teas out of this, but I'm also going to be making an oil, a lemon verbena infused oil. So that will be in another video, but this video, we're going to be harvesting this up, and I'm going to take a few cuttings, and we're going to stick it in a few different containers to give us our best chance of being able to overwinter. And I would love to be able to, keep harvesting on this all winter long. So I don't know if that's possible, if it will stay alive or not. Mandeville. So in here I have a Mandeville and I have a Dipledenia. So basically they're very, very similar plants, just one's a bush plant and then the Mandeville is a climber. Now look at this. They are full of flower buds. Absolutely chock full. I've had 1 bloom off of this. I did buy it end of the season, so I've had like 1 bloom. And we had this flush of heat, and it's really starting to bloom. And to bring it inside, you're supposed to chop it all back. And that's gonna break my heart to cut off these blooms. So I'm hoping to kind of get everything prepped, and I will be able to kind of pull it in and out during the days, and then just pull it in at night when it needs it on the cooler nights for the next week or so. Oh no, this broke off. Maybe we'll try and root that. So I would love to have more Mandevilles next year. Maybe. So I'm going to stick that in the dirt right now. But this is the plant. So I planted it up purposely in this pot, which is like, it's an indoor pot. I'll clean it up before I bring it in the house. But I was thinking of sticking a piece of my, excuse me. Does that smell good? That's so pretty. Since they're gonna be in my living room, I want them in, decent looking containers. I don't want to just in a bunch of these here. So I do have these, and I found a nice vessel that's waterproof to put them all in. So I have 2 of these that are matching, and then I have this nice terracotta one and this nice porcelain one. So these are going to go over here. I went and I had to use soil from my grow bag, and so I went and took it in the house. I added boiling water, and then I put it in the microwave for several minutes to get it really nice and hot to kill off any bugs. And I know that might kill off some beneficial stuff in there, but it's a chance I'm willing to take because I do not want to bring a bunch of bugs into the house. So we are going to fill these up nice and full, and they are still steamy. This is steaming hot. So I do not want to put my cuttings in here quite yet. So we're going to let it cool down first. I'll keep using this camera because I think you can see what I'm doing? Yeah? Okay, so we're going to just take a cutting off of the pink polka dot plant. There is my pink polka dot plant that we are going to bring in the house and see what we can do with her. She's ready to come in the house. Nice. One down and lots more to go. Alright, so here we are. We are going to grab a few pieces of Stevia. So I'm going to grab this one here. It's a nice woody chunk. It's got some new growth on there. So I'm going to grab a couple. And I don't think I want any that are blooming right now. I want the ones that are kind of flowering. So we'll go with this one here. That looks good. And let me see. This section down here, I got a nice, come here. We'll just take this part here, right there. And I'll cut off the blooms like that. Oop, dropped it. All right. So that should be good to try. We'll try 3 different stevia branches. Okay, and now verbena, which we actually have a piece coming right through the fence right here, so we'll grab that. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Just touching it. Just touching it. And then maybe I'll grab this one here, right below the node. We're gonna do it like that. Okay, so we have a lemon verbena. There's one. And you can see I've been harvesting pretty good on these all year long. There's another one. These leaves we are going to save. Look at that. That's kind of weird how it didn't separate. Okay. And one more. Oh, that smells so amazing. So, so good. Okay, and then I decided I wanted to try some mint, I think, and maybe some basil. So we're just going to grab this little basil right here. Oops. Sorry, Dex. Okay. And then this mint looks nice and healthy coming up off of here. So I'm just going to strip off these mint leaves and stick it right in. I'm going to strip a few more off. And we will use those to make tea, don't worry about that. Those won't go to waste. And I'm gonna add the basil with that one. So pull up the basil leaves. Actually, I'm gonna pull off more of those. You don't really need a ton of leaves. It makes it harder on the plant, actually. Okie dokie. That looks good. I gotta find something to put this in. And then now we have the lemon verbena. And I want to save those leaves because those are delicious. Stick that in. Now, I know you could use a lot of like rooting compounds and hormones and whatever. I don't have any on hand, so I'm not going to bother with that. Hopefully it's going to do just fine on its own. So if these take off and do really well, I can always pot them into their own containers. Okay. I'm not saving that one. All right, so let's go put these in their little home. All right, so it's gonna sit down in there. And that's gonna sit down in there. like that. And then my 2 little herbs are gonna go in there. And we're gonna water those in nicely and just hope they don't mind the transition. We'll put them in a nice sunny window though, so hopefully they'll be getting plenty of sunlight. All right, so here we have it. We have our stevia, our mint, and our basil, which actually look very similar. My pink polka dot plant, my lemon verbena, my cute little cactus, and the tiniest little pot you've ever seen, and it's absolutely adorable. But that is for that might have its own little purpose for that one. And then I still have that pot out there. I will be bringing that in probably on the weekend. And then also this one here that I potted up with the elephant ears will be ready to come inside soon. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any tips for helping overwinter these inside the house. I know some things they say to water and let them go dormant, so we're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see how they do. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.